Welcome to Midday News. I'm Jasmine Irojak. It was an emotionally moving and proud moment for staff at the Department of Works and Highways when their colleagues who had been literally cutting the road link of the Morebeg Gulf Transnational Highway for 4 years finally arrived in Port Moresby. Department Secretary Gibson Holemba welcomed the hard-working group of men who had been hard at work connecting Papua and New Guinea. Holemba and Simeon Suagu, Executive Director, Network Planning, Design and Standards, and Stephen Poop, Executive Director, Highways Management, told media that this vital road link will overall connect the highlands to the coast, ending at Milne Bay. It is 178 kilometers of road. They shared that in the coming years, these transnational highways will be upgraded even more to make road travel more comfortable. More on this story at 6 tonight. The fifth phase of the exercise Antap Long All 2025 began this morning at Laloki, where the 1st Battalion of the Royal Pacific Islands Regiment concluded the 4th phase on Saturday. Soldiers who took part in the exercise in the last 4 phases gathered at 4 a.m. and walked to Unagi Oval, where they regrouped with members of the police force and correctional services.
It will be a walk to remember in the next 50 years when the country turns 100. The 2nd Battalion of the Royal Pacific Highlands Regiment began the exercise Antap Long All in Wewak down to Midday. The engineering battalion from IGAM took over the walk and traveled to Leh, where they passed onto the baton to the long-range reconnaissance unit to begin phase 3, the longest distance the unit walked. The LRRU walked to Wau and then down to Malalawa in Gulf Province. The 1st Battalion took over and walked over 200 kilometers to reach Laloki Bridge to complete phase 4 on Saturday. This morning before dawn, more than 150 soldiers walked with pride from Laloki together, cheering each other to conclude a month-long walk with messages from the Defense Force to the government of Papua New Guinea. The messages presented today contains PNGDF solidarity and a pledge of loyalty to the state as the country moves forward. After the presentation this morning, the soldiers regrouped at Mari Barracks for a parade to end exercise Antap Long All 2025. The end of the exercise today initiates Military Week in the country in celebration of the country's Golden Jubilee. Michael Chamtipais, TVWAN News.
29 male youths from Change for Life Youth Group in Wewak, East Sepik Province voluntarily walked alongside members of the PNG Defense Force in exercise Antap Long All 2025 to carry out awareness on pressing social issues affecting their communities around the country and especially back home. They braved the Wewak to Madang trip, the Bulldog track from Morebeg to Gulf, and then on to Port Moresby. Along the way, they carried out awareness on social issues including domestic violence. They will be in Port Moresby for the next 2 weeks to participate in the country's independence celebrations. Importantly, they want to meet with the agency responsible for youth and community development and see to establishing youth desk or office in Wewak.
Walkathon, you walk about all the way from Wewak to Port Moresby. You walk all the way from Wewak to Port Moresby. You come youth group, Wewak. You represent him 16 ward inside the Wewak event. Now you walk about me come. You come lo Wewak mi lo kamu from Midday. You oki sampla lili kawanes le Midday. You come Leh. You oki sampla kawanes le Leh. From Leh you come Wau. Wau you oki sampla kawanes le Wau. From Wau you kalabim Bulldog. You come round osem lo Gulf. From Gulf you come Ketchup. One time all soldier lo Garenana. You trek you come inside lo city.
Provincial member for East Sepik, Alan Bird, has joined the People's Reform Party and is now party leader for the People's Reform Party, having taken over from North Fly MP James Donald. He and other members of the party held a press conference over the weekend to make formal announcements. In overseas news, as feared, Sunday's anti-immigration protests in the heart of Melbourne turned violent as demonstrators from opposing camps fought in the streets. It was just one of a series of nationwide March for Australia rallies that brought tense moments in several cities.
In the centre of Melbourne, as anti-immigration protesters, led by men dressed in black, clash with counter-protesters. Hopelessly outnumbered, a police officer deploys pepper spray before moving away, while a woman's slammed to the ground. A protester launches into a group, knocking over a Channel 9 cameraman. Earlier, thousands gathered at Flinders Street, many waving Australian flags, calling for an end to mass migration. Are you worried about violence here today?
Well, if it happens, it happens.
This isn't about racism, this is about change.
I'm here to have a serious discussion with the Albanese government about mass immigration.
But walking among the crowd, well-known neo-Nazis. The rally was initially contained by police before being allowed to march to state parliament, meeting pro-Palestine marchers on the way who were staging a counter-protest. Police trying to quell the violence as the groups splintered across the city. Spontaneous skirmishes are popping up all through the city today. Every time the protest group and the counter-protesters meet, police are having to run between these groups to try to maintain the peace. Despite denying its involvement in organising the march, National Socialist Network members were prominent. A neo-Nazi leader bestowed the honour of final keynote speaker.
Final speaker for today is Thomas Sewell.
Around the country, similar scenes unfolded.
Aussie Nation! Aussie Nation! Stop the invasion! Stop the invasion!
In Sydney, police say there were about 15,000 in the crowd. Members of a neo-Nazi group were also among the speakers there, but were booed out by others at the protest. Bob Carter was met with cheers in Townsville, days after threatening to punch a journalist who referenced his Lebanese heritage. While in Adelaide, a sign featuring alleged police killer Desi Freeman was held up, and neo-Nazis attempted to take control despite a mic being cut.
In sports, the Green Machine Canberra Raiders is powering towards the finals with a minor premiership in their kit bag following a 24-10 win over West Tigers in front of a raucous GIO Stadium crowd on Saturday.
The minor premiership is the second in club history for the Raiders, their first coming in 1990 when they went on to win the title by defeating the Panthers in the grand final.
Compliment to those boys because it's a big job, it's a long season, and they've done a wonderful job in mentally just having that edge each week, and that's what's really helped them, and it's been a wonderful experience for our younger players. This tonight will be a great experience for those young boys who have never achieved this, and they're led by senior boys who are really leading and helping me as a coach, because you know I hand it over to them and I trust them, and you know Joe, led by Joe, and it's been I think today was a great reward, is probably the word I'm looking for.
The Raiders have taken their record 19 wins and 4 losses and sit 4 points clear of the Melbourne Storm with 1 round remaining. Canberra Raiders' final match of the season is against the Dolphins at GIO Stadium next Sunday. Stewart's men will head into September chasing the club's 4th premiership to go with those collected in 1989, 1990 and 1994. The club's last grand final appearance was in 2019 when they finished the regular season in 4th and progressed to the decider when they went down to the Roosters. The Raiders will host a 4th-placed team at GIO Stadium in week 1 of the finals and then host a prelim final at home should they win that match. A loss in week 1 of the finals would see them head back to their home ground for a sudden death semi-final in week 2. Terry Longwood, TVWAN Sports.
The Flying Fijians kicked off their Pacific Nations Cup title defense with a strong 32-10 victory over the Ikale Tahi of Tonga at the National Stadium in Suva on Saturday afternoon. 4 tries were enough to sink the fiery Tongans, who needed a win to consolidate their campaign to win a 2027 Rugby World Cup spot, having won against Manu Samoa in Nuku'alofa last weekend.
The Charles Pugh-led side managed to get an early try, but that was the only time they really had anything to show in the game. Too many basic errors plus ill discipline, which saw them end the game with 14 men, worked against them in the end. Number 8, Siosia Mwale, was sent to the showers early with 10 minutes to go in the game when he was red-carded following his second yellow card in the game. Flying Fijian captain Tevita Ikanivere said it was good to have started the campaign with a win. There was a lot of things to work on ahead of their next game against Manu Samoa on the 6th of September. Fiji led 17-10 at halftime after Tonga's Pellegrini succeeded with another long-range penalty attempt. With 18 minutes to go before the end of the game, Captain Ikanivere scored his try in the Pito's attempted tackle, following an aerial take by winger Ponipate Loganimasi, who rose high into the air to take the kick pass from fullback Isaiah Armstrong Ravula before running wide and setting up Ikanivere's try with an infield pass. Replacement winger Taniela Rakuro scored Fiji's 4th try when he touched down over the line in a melee with the ball going loose from Tongan defenders. Tonga is on bye this weekend and awaits the playoffs. The win means Fiji leads the Pacific Zone or Pool A with 5 points, while Tonga in second with 4, and Samoa is yet to secure a point. Pool B features Canada, Japan, and the USA. The PNC also doubles as a qualifier for the 2027 World Cup. 3 teams, apart from Fiji and Japan, who have already qualified, will make it to the World Meet when the series ends in 3 weeks. Harry Longwood, TVWAN Sports.
Midday News ends on that note. Do join us at 6 tonight for the main bulletin. Bye now.
Derek Bury is back and on the hunt for rusted relics.
47 Studebaker. Come on, bring the thunder.
Roadworthy Rescue. Tonight, 9:30 on Turbo.
The excitement is building for the new show, NCIS, Tony and Ziva.
Lots of fans were like, oh! There's a little bit for everyone. It's mystery, intrigue,
romance.
That's a big one.
We're like a modern-day Bonnie and Clyde with better snacks.
Get early access to the best with NCIS, Tony and Ziva, this September on Rock Entertainment.
At the heart of the Cartoon Network universe. Every family drama. Every school incident. And on every epic adventure is one blue cat.
Gumball.
In the Cartoon Network universe, it's all about Gumball. Weekdays, 9:15 a.m. on Cartoon Network.